What's going on, guys? My name is Brandon and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Pokemon Masters EX. In today's video, we are going to be looking a little bit closer at the BP sync pairs. Now, we went over the rewards in the video in the top right. I released a video about the rewards and how you get battle points, all that good stuff. But we're going to be looking at the BP sync pairs and which pair you should pick. Now, there are a lot of good options, but before we get into that, if you do enjoy the content, drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and let's take a look. So if you go into exchange items and you go into BP, here are your options, assuming that you got the first voucher. We have Morty and Mismagius, Zinnia and Salamence, Erika and Tangela, Karen and Umbreon, and Lieutenant Surge and Raichu. So, going over them a little further, looking at Morty, really solid sync pair. He's a support, weakness is dark, HP 508, attack 258, defenses 223 each, special attacks 152, and speed is 218. Now, looking at his kit, so we have Astonish, moderate chance of making the target flinch. That is going to be a 30% chance. We also have Confuse Ray, leaving the target confused, 100% accuracy. And then he also has Potion, 2 uses, and also ICU, sharply raises the defense and special defense of all allied sync pairs. Now, if you do have Drake and Salamence, Hard to Starbird raises your defense, and obviously X special defense all raises your special defense, but Morty kind of does it all in one. Awesome. Now, passive skill is Master Healer, so your potion is going to heal for more. Anyone with Pikachu or Swanna, which, I mean, everybody should, they're free to play. They also have Master Healer, so we all know how useful it is, especially in Battle Villa. Battle Villa's coming back tomorrow, so might be a good sync pair to use. Looking at the sync grid, we have ICU MP Refresh, ICU Move Gauge Refresh. We have Synchro Healing, Quick Cure, which removes the confused, flinching, and trapped conditions from the user once during battle. A good example of this is Signasuit Blue. He also has that on his grid. Healthy Healing gradually heals itself if the HP is full and enters the battle. That's going to proc all the time unless you're in Master Mode and you have, Ally Health minus 50%, something like that. So if you do that, it's not gonna work. First Aid 4, nice. Another Master Healer. Toughen Up 1, Confuse Ray, Move Gauge Refresh, and another Move Gauge Refresh. So 2 of those. So Toughen Up 1 has a small chance of raising user's defense when hit by a move. It's going to be your support, so chances are it's going to get hit by a move. Going down here to our right, we have Tighten Up. So same thing, only with special defense. We have Astonish, Move Gauge Refresh 3, and Aggravation. Nice. Okay. Sync Cure, so removes all status conditions when using a sync move, or after using a sync move. Stalwart and Unbending, both special defense and defense can be lowered. Then you have Potion, Move Gauge Refresh, and Potion MP Refresh. So the main things you would want to pick up on this grid, obviously Master Healer up in the top right. Unfortunately, MP Refresh on your potion down at the bottom left. You would probably want to go for First Aid and Healthy Healing, which is good because it's on the way to Master Healer. But overall, the grid is looking really good. We're actually going to be getting a BP sync pair at the end of the video, so check that out. I'm not going to spoil it. But sync grid's looking really good. He's a really good contender. But moving on to Zinnia and Salamence. Okay, so their attack pair. HP's 577, attacks 350, defenses are 156 each, special attacks 153, speed 277. Pretty solid stats. HP can be a bit higher, but again, it's a 4-star, so Keep that in mind. So it's got Dragon Claw, 60 BP, 100% accuracy, Dragon Rush, small chance to make the target flinch, 156 power, 75 accuracy, Status Shield, blocks status moves from affecting the allied field of play. And then we got Real Nice, so raises the user's defense, special defense, and speed, and sharply raises the user's accuracy. So use one of these and your Dragon Rush is going to be at, what, 95% accuracy? Pretty solid. Its passives, you got Terrify 1, lowers the attack of all opposing sync pairs when he enters the battle. Mad Strength 9, so every time you attack, your attack is going to increase. And then it's got Aggravation 1, so same thing like on Morty's grid, raises the chance of inflicting flinch, confuse, trap condition. Good stuff, but it's on Dragon Rush, which is not 100% accurate move, but you get pretty darn close with Real Nice, so could be something to use. Okay. So Sync Grid, we have Catastrophe 2, so powers up sync moves as they become critical hits. Dragon Claw Harry 2, so working on that flinch. We got a move gauge for Dragon Claw, that's 40% to get a bar back. Power Posture, the more the target's attack has been lower, the more it powers up moves. Critical Strike 2, interesting, okay. So if you roll a Critical Strike 2 as its lucky skill, you'll effectively have Critical Strike 4. Harry 3, okay, working on that flinch again. Terrify 1, so you would have Terrify 2, so it would lower everyone's attack by 2 when entering the battle, which is pretty nice actually. You got Dragon Rush, move gauge refresh 3, it's another 40% to gain a bar back, could not speak. Alright, moving down here, got Double Down 2, so powers up sync moves that are super effective. And Status Shield MP refresh, so 40% chance to get a use back. Move gauge refresh on Status Shield, super duper effective 2. First Aid 4, nice. That could be useful as well. And then you got Real Nice move gauge refresh and MP refresh down there. So it seems like they really want you to play off a flinch. And I do like the fact that, what is it? Where was it? Power Posture. So that could be a decent multiplier as well because you're effectively lowering the attack of all opposing sync pairs by 2 once you enter the battle. So could be good. Definitely a contender as well. All these BP pairs are good. So none of them are actually bad. But we're gonna move down the list here with Erika and Tangela. So tech pair, weakness is ice. Stats, we got HP 511, attack 131, defense 171, special attack 275, special defense 198, and speed 280. For its moves, we got Absorb, 22 power, 100% accuracy, restores HP based on the amount of damage dealt to the target. Typical. Infestation, 24 power, 100% accuracy, leaves the target trapped. Anyone who has Lucian's a Viper or Viola Masquerain, same thing, Infestation. Toxic, so cool. Alright, leaves the target badly poisoned, 90% accurate. I love Toxic, perfect for those toxic stall teams in Master Mode. And then we have Tangle with this. Sharply raises users' special attack and special defense. Cool. On to the passives. You can use it on a Sun team. Quickly charges move gauge when the weather is sunny. That's speeding Sun 2. We got Propelling move 5. Has a very good chance, which is 60%, of charging the user's move gauge by 1 when the user's Pokemon uses a move. And then lastly, we have Poketrap 1. Increases the amount of damage the target takes from being trapped. Pretty solid kit. Definitely essential if you want to run Toxic Stall. So if that's your game, if that's what you want to do, go for it. All right, so that's kind of weird that a blue node is up top in the back. Okay. All right, we got Healing Sun, restores Pokemon's HP whenever it takes an action when the weather is sunny. Okay. Solar Shield. Okay, so playing off that sun again. Not affected by status conditions when the weather is sunny. Critical Strike 2. Interesting. Okay. On attack, stall. Okay. Okay. And then we got Poke Trap 2, which stacks with your Poke Trap 1. So increases the amount of damage from being trapped. Then we got Infestation Nodes, Move Gauge Refresh 3, Move Gauge Refresh 1. Seems to be a pattern with these BP pairs. Then you got Power Nodes all up in here. Definitely Toxic Accuracy plus 5s. That's going to raise your Toxic to 100% accurate. Or you can just run a sync pair that gives you accuracy. So you have Toxic, Move Gauge Refresh 3, so 40% chance to gain a bar back. Super duper effective 2. Power Reserves, we all know how I feel about that, so I'm not even going to talk about it. Double Down, again, powers up sync moves that are super effective. First Aid, and then Tangle with this, MP Refresh, and Move Gauge Refresh. Again, like I said, solid sync pair if you're going to use it on a stall team. I highly recommend whoever you choose, raise them to 5 stars at least. They're going to be useful in all facets of the game, especially Master Mode, Battle Villa, all that good stuff. All right, moving on to Karen and Umbreon. Before we get into the kit, if you don't have Houndoom or Mighty Anna, this might be a good way to go. It's not going to be as good, maybe, but definitely a solid free-to-play physical Dark Striker. But let's get into the moves. All right, so HP is 724, attack is 305, defenses are 109 each, which is kind of weird because typically in the main series games, Umbreon is a physical tank, very, very difficult to take down. So I would have expected its defenses to be a bit higher, but that's okay. Special attacks 127, speed 237. Its moves, we got Feint Attack, 54 power, sure hit, so it never misses. Then we got Double Edge, so user takes 25% of damage dealt to the target. Power 200, accuracy 100. It is Dark type because she does have Dark Shift, so that's cool. All right, Dire Hit raises user's critical hit rate, and then we have Go Wild, so sharply raises the user's attack and gradually heals. Might be a good combination with that recoil. All right, passives, we already went over Dark Shift, Stand Fast 5, so reduces the recoil damage received by 50%. And then we have Unflappable, so cannot flinch. Pretty solid. Onto the grid, we have a sync tile in the upper left. Interesting. All right, Dire Hit, MP Refresh, and Move Gauge Refresh. Move over here to the top right. Double Edge Stand Fast 3, so that's Stand Fast 8 if you pick that up. Move Gauge Refresh 1, Move Gauge Refresh 3. Oh yeah, Critical Strike 2. Oh, and another Stand Fast 5. So if you grab all, well, I was gonna say all, but if you grab both Stand Fast nodes on the grid, you effectively have Stand Fast 13. So that recoil damage is gonna be greatly reduced. Oh, nice, Catastrophe 2. And we have a bunch of Double Edge nodes here. Go Wild, Move Gauge Refresh, and MP Refresh. Got another sync tile over here, so total sync tiles I'm seeing is 4. Could be a good sync nuke. Power Reserve 2, ugh, get out of here. Okay, Fortuitous 1, very small chance of raising user's attack, defense, special defense, speed, accuracy, or evasiveness at random when an attack move is successful. You got Feint Attack, Move Gauge Refresh 3, so that's another 40% to gain a move gauge back. Double Down 2, First Aid 4, and Super Duper Effective 2. So yeah, it seems like with all the Stand Fast, both in the passive and on the grid, they want you to use Double Edge. Given that Dark Shift, I could see why It is a heavy hitting move, so you're going to be taking recoil and stand fast 13. If you're running a double edge grid on Umbreon, it's needed because it's going to hit hard and you're going to be taking some damage. So last but not least, we have Lieutenant Surgeon Raichu. Now, I like to refer to this as the free-to-play Hilbert, so if you don't have Hilbert and you are free-to-play, this might be a good option, and we'll get into why. HP is 541, could be a little higher. Attack 235, defense 222, special attack 169, special defense 197, and speed 328. So again, why does Raichu have more defense than Umbreon? I don't, unless I'm missing something, let me know. All right, support, weakness is ground. So Thunder Wave, target paralyzed, 90% accurate. We have Thunder Punch, 56 power, 100% accuracy, very small chance to leave the target paralyzed. X attack all, sharply raises attack of all allied sync pairs, and then you have 10 huts. This is why I was saying it's a free-to-play Hilbert in a sense. So raises the defense of all allied sync pairs, so that's by 1. Sharply raises the critical hit rate of all allied sync pairs. So you use 2 of these and you're maxed out. Or good combination would be maybe, I don't know, if you're running May for some reason, you use her trainer move and then this, and then your May has full crit hit rate. Yeah, that. All right. Okay, just seeing if his sync move has an additional effect. So passive skills, we have Post Haste 4, good chance, 50% of sharply raising the user speed when it's hit by an attack move. Given that it's a support, you're going to be taking hits. And Lithe prevents the user from being paralyzed. And moving on to the Sync Grid, we have your 10 hut MP refresh and move gauge refresh over to the left here. Then we have Synchro Healing, and below it is Quick Cure. So kind of like Morty's grid, it looks like it's being kind of situated the same way. So Thunder Punch, Fast Track 3, so 40% chance of raising the Pokemon's speed after it uses that move. First Aid 4, nice. Endurance, that's pretty good for a support. And then you got Toughen Up 1. Around that we have, nope, we already did that. Just Thunder Punch, Move Gauge Refresh 1 and 3. Now moving down here, I would imagine we have, nope, those are, okay, yeah. There's your accuracy, 10 for Thunder Wave. So could be 100% if you want to go that route. Then we have Move Gauge Refresh 3, so 40% chance to gain a bar back. Tighten Up 1, so small chance of raising user special defense. So you Toughen Up 1 would be your defense. Tighten Up 1 would be your special defense. Team Fast Track 4, this is actually pretty sweet. Has a good chance of raising the speed of all allied sync pairs when the user's Pokemon uses a move. Pretty solid. Sync Cure removes all status conditions when it syncs. Stalwart and Unbending. And yeah. Overall, solid sync grid. It seems like it really benefits the team a lot. Definitely a top contender. If you do not have Hilbert, I would say Raichu's the way to go. But really solid. So definitely want to take a look at this sync pair. It's going to be used a lot in Battle Villa. It's going to be used a lot in Master Mode. I would bet. But let me go back and we're going to see. Okay. So moves. So for Tangela or Erika and Tangela, right? So the sync moves power increases if the target is trapped. If you're syncing with Tangela, definitely make sure your target is trapped. I'm actually going to be doing that for the other ones. I don't think that she has no additional effect. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so going back to Zinnia and Salamence, they're playing off that flinch. So if you're syncing with Zinnia and Salamence, you definitely want to make sure your target is flinching. That way you maximize your damage, which is pretty solid. I mean, it's got, what, Harry on the grid. You're constantly raising your attack. You're lowering their attack when you enter the battle. So solid sync pair. But that was the overview of all of the BP pairs that we have currently. So the way I would rank them, definitely number one, and this is all situational, right? So if you don't have certain sync pairs, then you want to prioritize other ones. But as far as in my personal situation currently in Pokemon Masters, my number one would probably be Morty. Number two would be Lieutenant Surge. Honestly, 3 would be Zinnia. 4 would be Erika, and 5 would be Karen. So again, this is all my situation. But that being said, let's go ahead and exchange for Morty. And the great thing about this event with the battle points and everything is you don't just pick one and then like, oh my god, I can't pick another one. Once the other vouchers come out, you can pick other sync pairs, especially for veteran players. We have the candies saved up. I know you do, or you should anyway. But I'm going to go ahead and make this decision. We got our Morty and Mismagius. I always mess that up. So yeah, we have our potion user. Flinch, Confuse, great stuff, super awesome kit. But that'll about wrap up the BP sync pair video today. Hope you learned something. I hope you make good decisions. I'm sure you will. But if you did enjoy the video, drop a like, comment, subscribe. It really helps the channel out. I appreciate everything. Again, my name is Brandon. Thank you all for hanging out with me today, and I will see you all in the next video.